Okay, I'm down here in West Virginia, and I'm in a museum that talks about, the coal miner disasters, and then all the military from back in the 1800s. And I'll show you some of the stuff that's really cool. I've taken some pictures. But yeah, I'm down here in West Virginia for a little while. So I'll show you some stuff. This is a museum at the Chief Logan State Park. And this whole building is shaped as a bell. That's what it reminds me of, is a big bell. Yeah, I think it has something to do with it. Because there's a bell outside too. So I'll show you that as well. Okay. So when you first walk in this place, check it out. This is what I mean. It looks like a bell. West Virginians answer the call. This is from all the military, from the Gulf War to the Civil War to the Vietnam War. This is a lot of the stuff that they had. And then over here, if you switch real fast, they're talking about the Buffalo Creek disaster, where it was a coal mine that didn't do what they were supposed to do. And the disaster happened in 1972. And it affected a whole area, and it just devastated everything. So I'll put pictures in so you can read more about it if you want. But yeah, the West Virginia State Museum was founded in 1894, and its military collection has experienced continuous growth. The United States has engaged in 8 wars, conflicts, and police actions since then, beginning in 1898 with the Spanish-American War and continuing the World War I and II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Gulf War, the Iraq War, and the War of Afghanistan. So yeah. So some of the museum's earliest artifacts included military items such as the 1812 model pistol used by a Confederate soldier in the Civil War, an 1852 Remington Boster Army rifle. Flags from various wars were also transferred, preserved, and included in early museum records. So yeah, so we're gonna look for some of that. See if I can find it. Now this is the 30 caliber Browning automatic rifle, and that was Springfield Armory made this model, the model in 1884. Henry Brooker of Southern Germany made them other model in 1860, light cavalry saber and scabbard. It was carried by the 3rd Regiment of the West Virginia Federal Cavalry during the Civil War. Really can't see it too good because of all the glass, but look how old they are. Look at the sword. Those are some big old rifles. Yep, big old rifles. 1884. Holy cow. 1884. It was a single shot breech loading caliber 45 to 70 rifle used by the United States Army during the Indian War and the Spanish and American War and the Philippine-American War. So yeah, that's what they used. It's pretty cool. Okay, so as I walk around this museum, I'm seeing all the different glass companies that did all these works of, all the normal stuff that you would always see in our houses as we're growing up. And, the firefighters, the coal miner pictures. And all of it's really just amazing. And I didn't talk when I was there in the footage, so I'm just trying to show you some of the stuff that I saw in this museum. It's really cool, and I didn't expect to see a museum in a park and to also see a play in a park. I didn't expect to see all that. So this Chief Logan Park is really freaking amazing in Logan, West Virginia, so you need to really go check it out. It shows all the history, all the old pictures, everything. Just check out this wagon. I mean, the details and how they actually made a wagon, all the intricate stuff that they still had to show you, and then they, it's just amazing. I love this kind of stuff. I used to always watch Little House on the Prairie and, that kind of stuff. So, and, I have family in West Virginia. I have family all over, so, I grew up seeing it all too, and I love farming and animals. Yeah. Trying to keep family members away from the coal mines. Yeah, that was interesting. brought to the United States in the 1950s. German mining engineer Manfred Schmelkamp of Mining Progress Inc., a subsidiary of the German company blah blah blah, was used this model to attract potential clients. Eventually he sold units to Island Creek Coal Company. Today modern units are outfitted with a rotating drum rather than a steel blade that chips away the coal. Also, they operate under hydraulic shields that allow the roof to safely collapse behind the working miners. Not only did this method allow coal mining to become a much safer practice, but it greatly enhances efficiency. Alright, they have this train out here as well, outside of the museum. Chesapeake in Ohio. By the Lima locomotive, Lima, Ohio. Yeah, remember when I went to the Lima, Ohio little park and they had this big train? Look at how humongous that is. That's like the ones they have in Henry Ford Museum. Yeah, it's just like it. And see, the building is shaped, that museum is shaped just like a bell. That's what I'm thinking. They had it, it's just uniquely shaped like a bell. I think it's really cool. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little visit to their museum. I enjoyed videotaping it and looking at it. And so if you like this kind of stuff, press the like button, comment down below. And Tunes the Outsiders out. Talk to you later.